All right, welcome to the State of SWGoH, episode 2, part 1, with me, TheLisol, and Stero. We are going to talk a couple of subjects on my channel, and then we're going to move to his channel for a couple more, something nice and easy like that. We want to start today talking about speculating on the fleet this summer. I have a kind of hot take about it, and I'm not sure if anybody will agree with me, but I'd like to hear what you think we're gonna get for the summer for meta fleet.
So I know people have been saying, "Oh, it's dark side, light side, dark side, light side," but I think we're getting Trench's ship, the Invincible,
Okay.
I think it's called. And the reason I think that is because Trench has no ship, and he's an admiral, of course. But then also, there's a lot of separatists, I think, that could have ships, or separatist no pilot ships that could be added. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
There's just so many ships that could be added, and the Galactic Republic has 2 fleets already. So some people were speculating, Arnold was like, "Oh, maybe it'll be the Anakin's Venator," but there's just not, there's barely enough to give Endurance your Galactic Republic leftovers, much less create a third fleet.
Yeah, you'd have to retire Endurance completely in order to have the Venator.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see more Galactic Republic ships coming.
Okay.
To fill out, because you can only give them 3 or 4 ships.
I mean, this is the year to do it with the what is it, the 15-year? 10-year? No. Oh my god. Has it been 25 years since the Phantom Menace? Is that what it is? So, I mean, this is the year to do more Galactic Republic ships.
Yeah, I think we're getting an N1 starfighter. I think we're getting Padme's ship, that silver sleek looking one.
Yeah,
they flew around in all movie. So I think that's what we're going to get. I think we're going to get more separatist ships leading up to Trench's Invincible. And I know that there's an imbalance in the Force then with Galactic meta fleets.
Nonsense anyway. They don't have to follow any kind of rules like that.
Yeah, that's my prediction. What about you?
Okay, so I have what I believe to be a hot take. I wouldn't bet the farm on it, but I am relatively confident that we are not going to see a meta fleet this summer. And
at all.
It is for a lot of the reasons why you believe it's going to be Trench. But there's one big thing that sticks out that makes me believe it will not be. And so you're right about absolutely all the things with the Galactic Republic ships, with the Separatist ships, and basically needing a second Separatist fleet. And Trench not having a fleet, and he is an admiral. But they are basically giving away all of their pilots in these Lightspeed bundles. Anyone that you would upgrade in order to get a Trench capital ship is already going to be G13, already going to be R3 or R5. If you're buying the Lightspeed bundles, you're basically buying the Trench capital ship. Trench being probably the only gate there, because he's a conquest character.
So let me just take a look.
There's
at the Separatist faction.
Between the Geos, the GG droids, and the Trench team, that's the entire Separatist faction. And that's pretty much everything that's in those Lightspeed bundles. You got the Geos, you've got the Separatist droids, and the Trench team.
So did any new characters come out for Leviathan? Or did they just add ships to existing characters, I thought?
Malgus, kind of. Malgus is
Malgus was kind of old at that point.
But no, nothing Nothing new was released for Leviathan besides ships.
Okay, Magna Guard getting the bomber.
Okay.
See that? I think what do you call the tri-droid? The
Tri-fighter, that's totally a pilotless
Tri-fighter.
ship.
Yeah, totally a pilotless ship.
And you could do that
Tri-fighter.
and just make those 3 pilotless ships the Malevolence team. And then,
and then Magna Guard bomber.
But they're not they're not going to make any money off of this because so many people are going to have bought these packs that they're not going to be able to squeeze people to take these characters from. There's probably a lot of people that have Geos at gear 11 or 12 that don't.
Yeah, but I think they're changing the way they're approaching how they entice people to spend.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
With the Lightspeed bundles, I saw, I forget whose take, maybe it was like Fat Phil or somebody, but they released all of these Separatist and Galactic Republic bundles right on the eve of releasing the new raid. Presumably, a decent amount of those characters will be available for the raid because they don't want people to
feel left behind.
Yes, but not for the reason of they want to be nice. It's because people aren't going to pursue the new stuff if they're like, oh crap, I need to help out my guild, so I need to go farm all this old stuff. So my theory is that they're giving you all of the old stuff so that you can still compete in the raid, but not the best stuff. Because
right.
Queen Amidala is going to be huge, Gungans are going to be huge. You still have to pay out the butt for those. So what I'm thinking is, if they come out with a couple new ships and you have to chase those ships, but you're already so close because you already got the pilot and all you have to do is chase the ships, it's a lot easier to stomach wailing a little bit just because you're so close already. And if you're already close to a farm, you're much more likely to pivot.
So do you think
and abandon what you were doing?
That they're approaching monetization more towards shard farming than relic levels? Saying it out loud, it sounds obvious, actually, because the Gungans are basically locked behind a shard farm, and the relic levels aren't that bad. And that was the same for, like, Leia, even, where you're basically locked behind the shard farm. I mean, those marquees were relic 7s, but for a GL that beats everything, like, that's not unreasonable.
Very generous requirements for Leia.
So do you think that's their major? Then maybe I'm wrong. If that's the way that they approach monetization, because you know what? They got money out of me last year for Leviathan. It was only $50 to buy a bunch of crystals so that I could constantly refresh the whatever energy that was going on for the marquee or the galactic chase. But they got money out of me because of it. And I do find that shards are a bigger pain point than relic levels. But I don't play,
especially with the gear.
I'm not playing it like super high level where I need everything to be relic 7, 8, or 9. Like relic 5 works a lot of the time for a lot of characters that aren't tanks or your biggest damage dealers, basically.
One thing I would love to see, though, which I don't think will happen, but would be hilarious, is if they gave Newt Gunray the Lucre Hulk.
The only reason why that doesn't make sense is because of the size of the object.
Yeah, because it wouldn't fit on the screen.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit.
But if they could find a way, could find a way to do that,
yeah,
that
they
would be
did
really
the Executor, and the Executor is like the size of 100 Star Destroyers. So,
well, yeah, because the Executor, you only have part of it on the screen.
Yeah, so they could do it. That would be cool. I don't know. I think Trench makes more sense, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
And also, I mean, I don't have Trench geared.
Me neither.
I
don't think a lot of people do have Trench geared because he's received such bad
TW.
publicity.
It's a good team. It's hard to beat in GAC sometimes.
Sometimes.
But it's just not a team that I ever needed to invest in. And so I'll be relicking up a couple of characters, but I have basically everything else already done. And it just doesn't seem like they'd make a lot of money off of that. But if it's you know, if it's basically gated behind a shard farm or whatever, a blueprint farm for the ships, then I guess that makes some sense. And the last one kind of was.
And yeah, and don't forget, like, so you can get people to spend on the chases, galactic chases for the energy, but also if they do like they did for Leviathan and gate all the good abilities behind a 7-star capital ship, they're definitely going to get
absolutely
a solid chunk out of money for the people who need to take it to 7 stars as quickly as possible.
Yeah, like you could get away with a 5 or 6 star, well, not so much a 6-star executor, but a 5-star executor or a 5-star,
a 4-star profundity, honestly.
Yeah, like I got profundity the first time around, and I only just got it to 7 stars last month because I never like it was still
it
good.
Does everything it needs to do.
But Leviathan's a completely different animal where it basically sucks until you have it at 7 stars. It doesn't suck. It on offense it beats everything, but as a defensive team it's useless. Anyway, we're way off track here. So I think we can put a pin in that one. You think it'll be invincible? Is that what it's called? I can't recall.
Yeah.
And I don't believe there will be one, but maybe there will be. So I want to pivot to our next topic. I want to talk about what your favorite team in GAC last season was. And I'm actually going to... No, I can't because well, maybe I can. I'm going to pull up my history because there were a couple of teams that I used quite a bit. And we're talking the 3v3 season that just ended. Not necessarily
not including this team this season.
This 5 not including this 5v5 season. So GAC history. Here we go. Is there anything in the past season that you used that you wouldn't have normally used, or something new to you? Because those are generally my favorites. And there've been 2 that I really enjoyed this past season, and that was Sidious with his Kron, which is scary. It's a scary Kron to use because he still takes a lot of damage. He's not super tanky, but he can kill so much stuff. I beat DTMGs, I beat Mauls, basically any, like, I think I did a Seer Cal and Malicos as well with it. Like, he's just beating any B+, A- team. As long as I do have him probably modded more than he deserves, but he's been a ton of fun. And then there's Bane as well as my other one that I've been using all last season. Bane with my favorite second for him is the Sith Empire Trooper because he pre-taunts and he hits under protection. And he, with the Kron, beats everything. I don't think I've lost a fight with him yet. And I've used him against Leia's. I've used him against Rey's. Rey has been kind of my big target. In 3s, yeah.
In 5, just in Squad Arena, as a brief aside, I have Bane Kron now. They changed something.
Really?
Because without the pre-taunt, they will blitz down Bane and only Bane.
Oh, so
like the past couple of days, I have not, like, I brought in weak Sith and they still won't target the weak Sith. They just go only after Bane until he's dead. And he barely gets to use his Kron. I also think that in 5v5, having 5 people attacking you rather than 3 people attacking you, I think makes a big difference, especially in the battles like Leia and some of like the bigger hitters where they can lay down a ton of damage on you.
This new meta with the Krons. In 5s, I just use Bane against Rey because it's the only... Aside from trying like JML or something, which I feel like I would fail somehow, Bane is the only easy win against these stupid Rey Krons with the tenacity and all that nonsense. But yeah, so I've enjoyed Bane and Sidious. What have you been using in that past 3v3 season?
So I have also enjoyed Bane and Sidious, having them and doing the testing initially.
That's right. You did a ton of Sidious testing.
Yeah, so he's been. I've used him. I think almost every time. On offense, there's not too much else, but I will say I have absolutely adored this resistance cron on defense. I have the Finn cron with Zori.
Ooh, the Finn cron. Is that good? I might.
It's cool. I mean, it adds some extra damage to the team, which can make or break it. But it's really the level 6, the not dying.
That thing is nonsense.
But I'm looking at one of my opponents here, and he threw Lord Vader, Thrawn, and Royal Guard at my Finn team, and only got one of them below 100% health, and then proceeded to throw Padme with Cat, and ended the battle with my entire team back to full health and protection.
Nice. Yeah, that team is nutty, insane. I've heard.
It's insane.
I don't have a good enough Zori, so it's not worth the cron for me. She's only
I built Zori just for it.
Yeah, it's probably why.
Because I already had everybody else. Zori was gear 11, had her Zetas. All I needed to do was bump her up to relics, and I was like, fine, I'll do it.
I've heard on offense that it beats like everything. So...
Yeah, no, it beats Jedi Master Kenobi. I'm really interested because this Grand Arena that just ended, I went up against a guy with JMK and like Ray or something. I don't know. He only had 2 GLs.
Okay.
Which is crazy, I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but I put my Zori on defense and my Ray holocron, and he didn't get past. I put one on north wall and one on south wall. Didn't get past either of them. Got totally stuck. And he brought JMK on offense with Cat. Yeah. And so I was like, damn.
If were you in Kyber 3?
Kyber 3, yep. And he had the same GP as me. He was around 6.5 million. So obviously if
you're in there with that in that like 6 to 9 million range and only have a few GLs, if you get stumped on a team on the front wall, it could go downhill very quickly. So I've been there on my alt account 7.6 or something in Kyber 4-3. Bouncing around, and it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's what I've been really liking has been the defensive holds I get from Zori. It just feels so good to go in and look and see the little yellow numbers creep up.
We still have 2 full seasons of this cron left.
Yeah,
I might wedge Zori in there at some point. Then I need something on defense that's a stopper, and right now I'm bouncing. I'm like on the edge, knife's edge of Kyber 2 and 1, and I need every advantage I can get because all of the accounts are good now, and it sucks. There's nobody to beat up on.
Oh, interesting. I didn't. What?
What's your Zori?
Okay?
What's your Zori doing?
I was looking at what my opponents used to beat Zori in 3v3. Sidious solos it.
That's not shocking, honestly. Sidious.
Well, I find it shocking considering the exposes you get on that team. I should wreck Sidious.
I would never. I probably wouldn't think to try it, but think about it. Sidious is. He'll get those dots on you before you even know it, and the match just ends, and you're like, "Oh, what just happened?" Oh, they all just died from sadness, basically.
Yep.
And the best part about Sidious, man, is he maxes out his health and protection when somebody dies. So he always is full max banners, too. It's great. All right. So, any other thoughts on that? Anything else unusual or interesting from your last 3v3 season?
See.
Oh man,
I did use Finn on offense or Zori on offense.
What'd you kill with?
And let's see. I killed a Grand Inquisitor team, which is not,
it's a real team.
It's a real team.
That's Nothing to sneeze at.
It does not kill JMK in 3v3, by the way.
Okay.
It definitely does not. What did I use it on down here? I used it to beat the Super Rex team in 3v3.
Oh, the Rex 5s.
Rex 5s, yeah. Mm-hmm. With almost full banners, too.
I've been placing that on defense, and I'm not really certain it's all that worth it.
Well, I mean, have you been checking what people have expended to clear it, though? Because it could be forcing good teams, but people just aren't underestimating it.
The thing is, everybody I face uses nothing but good teams against everything, so it doesn't even matter. Like,
That's fair.
I'm in a weird spot where every defense is tough, and every person has everything to clear what I've got. Like, most of them are playing like quasi efficiency, so it's like, oh, there's 2 or 3 GLs, a couple of A plus teams, and a couple of A minus B plus teams. And they're all stuff that snakes banners or can sneak up on you if you fail a mod check or something like that. So they're and then they still have 5 GLs for offense. So it's like I might get a hold on a freak occurrence, which I mean happens. I've gotten weird holds from weird stuff. Like my Maul Garsax and ISC team got holds for like 3 weeks in a row for some reason. But
yeah, I got holds on a team where I did Gar and Saxon at gear 9, sorry.
Oh, I was using crappy Gar Saxon for a while. It was actually
with Gar Saxon at gear 9 in the lead, so everybody got counter chance. And then I had a Relic 3 Royal Guard from my C farm. And then I threw Moff Gideon in there because he's super fast, and I had the Zeta on his control the situation. So he opens up with control the situation. You go in there unsuspecting. He opens up with control the situation, which Gar and ISC will do their true damage based off of that. But also, it gives bonuses per roll, which essentially makes Royal Guard, which was Relic 3, a pre-taunt.
Yeah, it gives him the taunt.
And they're all counterattacking too. So I got some surprise holds on that one. It's nice. But I guess that's actually a 5v5.
Yeah, it's a 5v5 team. It's all good though. Yep. I'm not against tangents. So what are we currently farming right now? What are we working on? I can tell you I'm actively working on Jar Jar. Today we're recording on the day of the Jar Jar unlock. I'm not going to be able to do it this time around. I don't whale on shards, but I do hard farm them when they come out. I basically farm every marquee as it comes out, and I'm done within a couple of months usually. Mm. So I'm on track to get the Gungans to their relic levels and 7 stars by the time the Jar Jar event comes around again. I've got them all at gear 11. Got the Zetas on them. Finally got some time to use them. And even without Jar Jar, they're a super fun team. They punch up a little bit. Gear 11's pretty weak, though. But they can take on stuff that's like gear 12, maybe low-tier relic stuff if you're fighting the right teams. I was wrong about not having a persistent taunt on the Phalanx. The taunt actually is pretty sticky. I was kind of shocked, and the team just pilots really well. It's a lot of fun. I'm also working on getting a bunch of relic levels on my GL teams. I just finished taking my whole JMK team to 7. I took my whole Jabba team to 7 as well, and Jabba's 8 and Chrysanthemum is 9 now. And I finished taking my what other team did I work on? Oh, I took C up to Relic 8. Oh, and I finished my Leia team as well. I put I've been using for the time being Kanan and Ben, old Ben, as the 4th and 5th in my Leia team. I took them to R7, but I do plan on taking Kanan out and putting Baze in there. And so I'm working on taking him to relics. And then I got a bunch of stuff. I'm in the background. Lord Vader requirements are something I've been taking. I've got all of the Lord Vader requirements to G13 as my last GL. So I've got that working in the background. God knows when I'll actually get there. It might be this summer. It might be fall or winter. Who knows?
How's your Marauder looking? Got that at 7-star?
Marauder, the ship?
Yeah.
I have everything at 7 stars. I'm never, like, the last thing I have that's not 7 stars is Stap. I'm 50 shards away from there. I took an entire summer to not farm gear and only farm shards so that I had 7-star everything. So that way I was in a position where a marquee comes out, I refresh that node 3 times every day. And I'm done with it very shortly. Sometimes I'm done with, like, I will probably finish the Boss Nass farm before the last of the Gungans is farmable again. So I've set myself up in a position where I can just shard farm marquees as soon as they come out, make use of them quickly in a free-to-play way. I would suggest anybody do it, especially somebody at your GP level. Maybe take 3 months or so and just get everything you don't have at 7 stars to 7 stars. But yeah, my Marauder's done. Oh,
yeah, because I was thinking,
and I did it during the
bug. Relicking up.
I used the stupid GL ticket bug to get it to 7 stars too, so it didn't even matter.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you right in the middle of saying something.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking, if you're gonna be relicking up Bad Batch.
Oh yeah.
Further, I don't know if they're already all Relic 5.
They're Relic 1, so I can use a Data Crown. Bad Batch
Relic
was
3?
Relic 1. So I can use, like, just a level 3 Datacron. Just something
spare.
Gotcha,
yeah. Gotcha.
Because they're not a team I need to use all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm using them, it's basically because they pass a speed check against something that I will 100% chance of beating. So I just need some kind of Datacron. I guess I don't need to, but I took them all to R1 just so I could put some kind of Datacron on them.
Mm-hmm.
And
it definitely helps out Marauder too, though, because in the Negotiator fleet, that thing's just nasty.
Yeah, I still do not 100% know how to pilot the Negotiator plus Marauder. I've just got to sit down and learn it. And it's one of my
once you learn
fleets.
it, it's really, really good on offense. Like on my alt account, I have Negotiator. I decided to do something funny, which was everybody farms Lord Vader last, so I decided to farm him first, just for funds, because it's an alt account. Why not?
Yeah.
But I've got my Negotiator up and running. I've got everybody at relics, and I am getting I've got Marauder at 7-star and my Bad Batch. I'm working on getting to relics. I think I have 2 of them to relics right now, and the Marauder is what's keeping me, like, I consistently still get top 20 in my fleet shard against a bunch of 4 and 5-star executors.
You do not have Executor yet, right? Or do you?
Not on that account.
Oh, that's the Lord Vader account. Okay.
Yep, the Lord Vader account. So it's been really nice because it's essentially a meta fleet, and the more I gear it up, I can eventually take out Leviathans if I need to, and 7-star executors. So I'm pretty much set on my alt for fleets for a while.
That's nice. Of just... The only downfall to a fleet like that is it's not the kind of fleet that you can set and forget. You actually have to climb, because that's something that is easy pickings for any of the meta fleets, and that you probably get knocked back pretty quickly. But I mean, it is a nice fleet. I never was very good at fleets. I've had to become good at it because I put the meta fleets on defense. But the Negotiator with the Marauder is still one that kind of evades me. Maybe it's just because I don't have a good enough Plo Koon. That's probably what it is. Just the 11 Plo Koon doesn't cut it.
For some counters, I guess that doesn't.
So
anyway,
what are you working on right now?
What are your plans? On my main account, I just finished C, and I got him relicked up, got his alt.
Nice.
I have never been more tempted to just throw money at an event than the C event. because
really, which one did you have trouble with?
I didn't have trouble with any of them.
Oh,
it's just that Sith Eternal is absolute
yeah,
flaming garbage without his ult.
He is dog
so
doo-doo
bad
without his ult.
So that's why I was like, I was very pressured, because I was like, I've got 5 days before Grand Arena lock-in, and I was like, you know what? We're just going all out. I'll spend a few $5 packs to get me there a couple days faster, so I don't have to. They are awesome.
They are great. I love them. I tend to buy them when I am farming tickets, because it's just like, oh, it's $5 and it basically saves you a day.
Yeah, a day and a half. Yeah, really, because with the energy you get like an extra.
And don't forget that at the end of a farm, if you do it again, spend down to 44 tickets and then buy the pack, and you'll have 144. Or is the cap 140 or 144?
I think it's 144.
Yeah, and you'll have 144 tickets
for the next one.
Yeah, for your next GL. Those are great packs, and you get some crystals out of them too. Like that's good value right there.
Yeah, I tend to like them, but I will say, since my account is a little bit younger, I do intend on getting some of the Lightspeed bundles that are coming out, especially since a lot of them are like out of the way. Like, I got my bugs at gear 12. I just don't want to relic them. It would be nice for the Malevolence fleet.
Oh yeah,
but I just don't want to. And do you have a relic GBA? No.
Oh, nope. It's worth it. Probably just he's the only one I have relicked, and but
the rest of them are ships.
Great plug and play tank. Yeah. Mine are G12. The pilots and the non-pilots are G11. So it's a team I feel much the same way. Like, I would like to have them at relics, but they are barely worth the resources you put into them. So
I want to get them. I want to get Night Sisters, because Night Sisters is a team where it's just so out of the way, not required for anything besides Marin for Cal. And it's just like,
it's a cool team that beats a lot of stuff.
Team.
Yeah,
it's a good team. And so I've been farming Marin and saving up Zetas to kind of get that team up and running at a minimum, because I want to get that pack and then essentially just relic Marin day of.
Yeah,
which I'm on track to do, and then just have another great one, which also was assault battles.
Yes,
so I can get through at least CT2.
Yeah,
because right now all I have is Phoenix, which can get through like CT1, but not 3-star.
Yeah, that's just a relic DACA can get you through CT2, but it's not 3 stars.
Yeah.
So,
but if I have a fully relic
team, if you have a fully relic team with Marin, it's a lot. And Marin she doesn't trivialize the event, but she makes all of the non-Sidious levels much easier.
Yeah, because of all the protection recovery.
All right, what do you think about the Ewok Lightspeed bundle then?
Maybe. Honestly, I don't want to gear them up.
But you'd like to have them.
Only 2 of them are requirements. And I don't think I would feel too bad about only having to gear up 2 of them. Plus Nisa, I guess. But Nisa's not included, so that doesn't count.
They're insanely easy to gear, so...
I mean, they're already all at gear 12.
Oh,
so that's also, I'm like... I can save some gear 12 material, a little bit of relic material, but do I really want to do that? I don't know. I'll check my wallet.
Yeah,
that'll be the last one that I consider.
You're not going to get anything out of having relic Ewoks, probably.
Unless they drop some sort of crazy datacron with relic Ewoks.
Oh man, you think they're going to...
I know there was an Ewok datacron a little while ago, but...
You think they're going to release datacrons related to the Lightspeed bundles? Man, that's actually... might be smart, because you get a lot of the like dolphins. They buy the Lightspeed bundles, and then the datacrons come out, and then they're like, well, I have to push for these because I just got these teams and they're going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's why I went after Sidious, is because I was doing the C farm because of Bane.
Don't you feel
And
like
then
a
they
fool?
dropped the C Datacron, and I was like, I gotta get it. You know, I'm gonna have Bane and then C and all these Siths, so I might as well just hurry up my Sith squads, you know, and then on to the next thing. It's how they get you, but I'm okay with it. I'll survive.
So what's your long-term plan? What do you have, like,
yeah, so up next,
current journey that you're working on, and then, like, I don't know, 6 months from now, what's the next journey?
So I just finished up getting Dark Trooper and Iden to relics as well.
Yes.
And then I'll get Mirren and the Night Sisters. That'll be 3 assault battles that I'll be able to probably at least clear CT3, if not 3-star. And then from there, I'm going into Jedi Master Luke. I'm going to finish relicking my CLS squad because they have been sitting for over a year at Gear 12, except for CLS, who I took to relic. But the other 4 of them sitting at Gear 12, and it hurts so badly.
This is for every JML, in service of JML. In
service of JML, because mainly because I want an excuse to relic my CLS squad, and all of them are required for JML. Plus, with the other rebels I have, I will be very, very, like, literally a few characters away from unlocking JML. From JML, I'll probably go into Jabba, Profundity, and then Leia.
JML is one of those that you can almost unlock accidentally. Like, C was that for me on my main. Was like, oh, I did this, this, and this, and now I'm like 4 characters away from C, so I just might as well do it.
Yep.
And
but it's also into the holy trio of JML, Jabba, Leia, which I'd like to add in that Profundity fits really nicely.
Yeah, the Profundity as well fits very nicely into that. On my alt account, I went from Jabba into basically Profundity, and then I'm probably going to do Leia immediately afterwards. So, but
well, at that point, you're going to be.
I did Rey in the middle there, but that's because I bought the Lightspeed bundle.
I mean, you do Jabba, Leia, and Profundity, and you're basically already at Master Luke.
Oh, that's exactly it. Like, and I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I'm basically just need to add some relic levels to a couple of characters.
Yep.
So yeah, JML, you're not going to regret JML. JML is horrible on defense, but with JKCK, which I'm assuming you have or are close to, because you've got Mirren.
I'll get them. I've been farming them one at a time, honestly. So I farmed up Baby Cal for his use in a Rey team, and while Rey is with Resistance on Holocron, he does a nice job slotting into the Starkiller team, giving them extra help.
He's actually like good. Okay.
Yep. I actually used him before I had Bane, which, by the way, C plus Bane 3 stars every single Proving Grounds event. It's amazing.
I had C or Bane on my alt account because the Proving Grounds can suck it. They're just
3 stars the Malgus one. First try, 3 stars it. I was like, oh geez. But yeah, so that's my plan.
All right, awesome. I think that's it for the topics on my half of the video. We're gonna go over to Stero's side here. I'm gonna put a link in the description, and we'll see you guys over there. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like, subscribe, comment in the comments section down below, and you can join me on Twitch or Discord. Both have links in the description. I hope to see you guys there.